and welcome to the Integration Station, a guide to effective, positive behavioral integration and support, or to P.B.I.S, for a slightly shorter but even more complicated title. My name is Harry Wong. Yes, the author of that amazing classroom management textbook you have all undoubtedly read by now. And I am so excited to take you, future teachers, on a little journey through the steps of minimizing discipline and maximizing positive support for your students. In order to do this, I've invited a very special guest to help give insight and pointers for how you can best achieve a positively supported classroom environment. Can you stop moving? This is an interview. Why does it matter what angle you have?
I'm sorry.
Now, using positive reinforcement is crucial to student development, but it can also do so much more. According to P.B.I.S.org, schools that utilized P.B.I.S, often decreased aggressive behavior, substance abuse, antisocial behavior, bullying, and disciplinary infractions, while improving academic engagement, school outlook, and to put it quite frankly, the schools just looked better. Now, in order to better break down this new acronym, what it is, how it's used, and what it can do, I would like to introduce one of the founders of P.B.I.S, Mr. Rob Horner.
Hello. Harry, it's good to see you. It's good to be here.
Now, it's great to have you, Rob. Now, it's no secret that you're one of the founders of P.B.I.S. How would you break that down a little bit further for us Abbottarians?
First off, positive behavioral integration and support, P.B.I.S, is essentially a behavioral framework that can be used anywhere, provided the support, effort, and consistency is there. When implementing P.B.I.S into schools, target behaviors are initially classified into 3 tiers. The first tier is called Universal Practices and applies to most students and teachers and is used to establish a predictable, consistent, positive, and safe climate. The second tier is called Targeted Practice and is typically used with students who need more structure, feedback, instruction, and support. Now, the final tier is called Indicated Practice, and it's meant for more specific cases where students might need more intense and individualized support.
That's very interesting, Rob. But I have to say, this seems like your run-of-the-mill discipline plan. What makes P.B.I.S so special?
Now, I'm glad you brought that up, Harry. There are actually a lot of misconceptions about what P.B.I.S actually is, so let me start by telling you what it isn't. P.B.I.S is not an intervention. It's not just for special education children. It's also something that cannot be implemented in one day, nor is it meant to replace already established behavioral practices. P.B.I.S is designed to work alongside academic instructions and school discipline handbooks or codes of conduct.
Harry, please return to your seat until your interview is finished.
Sorry, dear.
Excellent targeted practice, Rosemary. Top tier 2 work.
Okay, let's get back to the questions, right?
See? It works. Here's a happy ticket for all your hard work and listening skills.
All right, Rosemary. I think I'm a little old for the happy tickets. It was cute at first, but I'm 87 years old. Huh. But you know what? I'm almost to 100 tickets, so I'm going to keep going for that and that only. So Rob, what does a school need to begin implementing P.B.I.S. into the
Well,
school?
basically, the first step is to make sure everyone has the same expectations as far as behavior. This is typically done by training a team of teachers that can then spread the knowledge of how to use positive reinforcement and data collection to create a more effective learning environment. The support must be there by everyone.
Fantastic. Support, support, support. That's exactly what we need more of in education. Now, Rob, how can teachers begin to actually implement this into the classroom without any kind of formal training?
Well, that's a great question. Basically, at the heart of P.B.I.S would seem to be effective management strategies. Teachers and administrators need to plan ahead and know what they want their students to be able to do, so that they can begin to reinforce students when they see the behavior and changes that they want to see.
Okay.
Here are some more things teachers can try in the classroom to prepare their students for P.B.I.S. Teachers can prompt, model, and practice effective social skills for students to learn. They can acknowledge expected student behavior. Teachers can reinforce and supervise student behavior amongst multiple settings, not just the classroom. They can maximize instruction time by mastering topics in order to improve student development in not just the educational, but in the social, emotional, and behavioral contexts as well. And lastly, teachers can provide clear and predictable consequences for problem behavior with constructive support to help solve behavior recurring.
Amazing. I love how you mentioned classroom management and how important that is for your students. After all, it was me that said, if you're not managing your classroom, your students are managing it for you. I believe students thrive on leadership, and they'll follow ours as teachers, good or bad.
Exactly. Now, that's why it's so important to plan this out beforehand. Make sure everyone knows what's expected, and things will fall into place. This is designed to be instilled over the course of 3 to 5 years, giving everyone time to adjust and learn how to communicate effectively.
Now, last question for you, Rob. How is this all going to help? What changes are we going to see in these schools?
More importantly than anything, Harry, P.B.I.S will show our students that school is a safe place. And for a lot of students that have much less, this can be life-saving. Students are shown that it's okay to trust your teachers, that they're there to talk to as well as to learn from. And from a behavioral standpoint, P.B.I.S gives teachers resources for dealing with any type of challenging behavior.
Now, I gotta say, Rob, P.B.I.S sounds like the magical cure to any behavioral situation. Am I right, Rosemary?
Yes, you're right, dear. Here's a ticket.
2 more, baby. Well, Rob, that's about all the time we have here today. You have been a tremendous help breaking down P.B.I.S for our viewers. Anyways, let's all give Mr. Rob Horner a round of applause for being with us here today.
I'm happy to help.
Well,
Thank you very much.
there you have it, my pupils. Positive behavioral integration and support is so close you can almost smell it. And it smells like bananas. Like bananas?
Sorry, dear.
Rosemary, my dear, please put the bananas down until the interview is over. Thank you, Rosemary. Here's a happy ticket for your listening skills and cooperation.
Nice tier 2, bro.